Oh, what up, chat? Hello. What? I apologize for not streaming recently. It's been some crazy shit recently. The event was nuts. I've missed you all. Of the wolf with the 20 gifted. Holy shit. Not testing drifting in a week. I'm literally on the drift branch right now, so I can test it. I'm not on the live server right now, chat. I'm just on my dev server, so I can test some drifting shit. Because Edwin died, man. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. I think Rami's traveling ability is rubbing off from me. What was a recap? Yeah, I want to go and take a look at some of the clips from the shit that has happened over the weekend with the event. Man, what an anniversary! What an anniversary event! That was dope. 1v now. I've got is my stream like super dark and contrasty? Because I've changed my levels and shit. I'm not on quant. I'm selling MVE. Saw clip. Dude, the dog sub. I was fucking dying at that shit. That was so good. Oh fuck. Yeah, the Mandem. I saw some of the Mandem clips. I didn't really interact with them at all, dude. I feel bad because I couldn't get absolutely everyone involved. I wanted to get so many people involved in the whole arc, but it was so chaotic. Trying to get different groups on the path to do certain things. Trying to keep all the lore tied together. Trying to manage shit that was actually going on, like, you know, mechanics-wise. There was a lot of bugs that were going on.
Please no more sub-weapons. Missed you too much, get much love.
It seems like people had a lot of fun, which was the goal, you know. But basically, why is the car so green? The fuck is this? Right. Yeah, there was the so we did another like AU EU event yesterday. Early on. Which was pretty nuts. Ray fucking popped off. Everyone was involved in one way or another. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, right, there was always going to be a zombie event for Halloween, and I thought, you know what? Why don't we tie some lore into this and give it some direction, right?
I've missed my Wiseguy stream.
Yo, Hegger! They're 10 gifties. Appreciate that. So in the couple of weeks leading up to the event, I Benny's fucked. Nice. Give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. So yeah, we're going to jump on the server later. I'm going to play Eddie again, but the past few weeks I've been working on some new shit and also doing a lot of the background preparation with all the lore coming, like tying together from all the Time Lord shit. There's so much fucking lore to the Time Lord shit. It's actually crazy.
Can you believe this guy is a dev? Couldn't be me.
On Hero with the 8 months as well. Fred the Red with the tier 1. Chat, I appreciate the subs or resubs. There's a lot coming through. I appreciate it. Finish Saab as a messenger again. So that's the thing with the Time Lord RP, right? Is it's just an elaborate game of telephone through time and space. But that's part of the fun of it for me. Like, you give someone this this meta dump of information that they can't possibly remember or comprehend what the fuck is going on, and then they try and pass that information off to someone else and completely butcher it. And then just see where they take it. What's an MDM times to show people? I thought it was dope. I saw the clip of the portal opening. It was just like a fucking World War Z scenario. It was so dope. But that's the thing with the zombie event, right? Is this wasn't really a Time Lord event. It was just a
Wiseguy, best guy.
A zombie event to try and get everyone involved, right? And why not? May as well give it some. We may as well give it some direction, story-wise, right? So we can include the Time Lord RP and the Gem Master RP to try and bring it all together and put some background more. So obviously there's a lot of drama and shit, but people saying, "Oh, main character this, main character that." But at the end of the day, like we could have just turned on the zombie event and not give it any background, right? But I mean, there was an opportunity there to tie it in with some Time Lord shit and then give it some lore, you know?
Thanks for the fun entertainment, wise love.
And even if there's people that aren't involved in the Time Lord RP, it doesn't really matter because they can still do their own thing during the event. People had their own arcs going, a lot of crazy shit was happening. That's the beauty of the RP, right? And a lot of the way I do the Time Lord RP is I'm very cryptic and I leave it as open-ended and open to interpretation as possible. So you leave it as open-ended as possible, open to interpretation, and you see where people take it, and then people make their own RP out of it. Because if I say you've got to do this, and that, right? What's the fun in that? You're just checking boxes. So I give people some general guidance on what to do, right? I give them this crazy fucking story that they can't possibly comprehend or try and piece together, and then see the chaos that ensues after it, right? Flag needs that though, but that's the point. Of course he needs that, so we don't give him that, and then we see what kind of crazy shit happens when he gets it all wrong. The tree in the spaceship. Yeah, fuck me. It's a metaphor, you delinquent. And there's a lot of complaints about, oh, nobody knew what to do, but that's the whole point.
7 months that I'm subs to you, 1 year that I'm
it's a zombie event where nobody really knows exactly what to do. And then you see what RP people make out of that. There's a reason I'm like so cryptic about shit. There isn't a real answer. I want to see where people take it, and then we can see how we can roll off the back of that and how we can react to it.
God is back.
Open versus scripted? Yeah, no. There was a general idea of where we want to take it, but I kind of just set the scene before the event. Gave them some general tasks that they had to do to get some items and bring them somewhere, but it was left very open to interpretation on where people could take it and what conclusion it would come to. So
1 year on. Your dedication to RP and Nopixel is appreciated. Welcome back, Wise.
Yeah, chat, appreciate the subs or resubs. Fuck, I've taken like 2 weeks off since we did our subathon, but my schedule's been absolutely fucked. I've had like no sleep. I've been trying to piece together all the lore in my mind and where to take it, but a lot of the build up to it was very dependent on how people treated. I showed myself as Edwin the Time Lord, right, to a few people. The past like few weeks or so, I'd see where they take things and I'd see what opportunities could arise from that to make some shit out of it, and then see where the RP, where we could steal the RP. Is Dave dead now or what? Yeah. There's the next chapter that I've got some ideas for, but Edwin is dead, Dave is dead, but the beauty of the Time Lord RP and this whole time and space thing and the whole goal of them branching the timeline, right, to create endless possibilities, is that Edwin can still exist in another timeline and he can still travel through time before he dies in that event, right? So even though he died on February 5th, after Buddha had to kill him, right? In Edwin's timeline, before he travels to that point, he could always travel back, right? Not knowing his eventual fate. But that doesn't mean I'm going to be bringing Edwin around a lot. It doesn't mean that anybody will necessarily see him again. Because Edwin is still dead. He still gets killed in that event, right? Saab saying, oh my god. I said you're in May 2021. And Saab fucking says, oh, we're in the future. Oh, fuck me. But I guess I should try and explain some of the... So the thing is, a lot of the viewers, and especially even the role players, don't really know the full story of the Time Lord RP, and that's exactly how it's meant to be, right? It's so convoluted, and it's meant to be overly complicated, because it's about, you know, these multiple variations of timelines going through past and future in these different timelines, right? How is anyone meant to make sense of that? It's and the confusion brings a lot of great RP from it, right? It's like, oh no, we fucked the timeline because we didn't get this shit right, you know? Or it's meant to be way too dank here. And nobody really knows what the fuck's going on. Edwin only appears to certain people, isolates them from different groups who then pass on messages, and it turns into this fucked up game of telephone when nobody relays the right message. Right?
2 months wise love.
And then just people making of it what they will, literally like Sis pissing on a fucking tree. Like he obviously wasn't meant to do that, but it was still funny. Yeah, Lang destroying his DeLorean twice, fucking going down. Time Lord arc equals CB comes. Yeah, that's what makes it. So that's what makes it enjoyable for me, is nobody getting anything right. Everyone fucks it up. Yeah, chat, appreciate the subs or resubs. You're all absolute legends. But it breaking down twice was hilarious. Yeah, while that was going on, obviously I was in the voice chat with everyone that was helping out with the event. You know, the devs and Hero and Burn and shit. Dude, it was so chaotic. I was trying to juggle so many different groups, and then, you know, get the devs in certain areas. There was bugs that were going on as well, but yeah, turned out pretty well in the end, I think. Everyone had fun. But yeah, I wanted I wanted the K to like lead this lead his army of disciples, right? And he had oh, I mean, look at just how fucking talented Kevin is. I mean, he got a shit ton of people together when he didn't need to. Brought them all together ready for this event. Made something out of nothing. And I was trying to get him to lead the zombies, but obviously, you know, it's pretty much impossible to get everyone to do what you need them to, right? And that's the issue with involving so many people. And is the reason why in the past, when I've done Time Lord shit, is I've always kept it very isolated to small groups at a time and not tried to, you know, get too many people involved in one scenario. But for the most part, I left it very open-ended to let people do as they wish, and whatever happened in RP happened, and people can react to it accordingly, right? There's ideas and things I wanted to do, but it completely depended on where the RP went, right? So.
Thanks for everything, bro.
Sis started a cult, yeah. Francis was cool, yeah. So with Francis, I kind of forced some lore on him, but I was kind of going with the idea of I didn't think of this, but it's probably the best thing to relate it to is if you guys have watched like what's the best way to put this? If you guys have seen, spoilers by the way, for some of the recent episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, so just close your ears for 30 seconds. You know, is how Grogu is kind of locked out of his memories of certain shit that's happened. Kind of the way I was treating it with Francis, right? He's got these unique abilities, and in the future he joins the Gem Masters and Time Lords Guild. Francis is like a time apprentice, but he doesn't remember it all. He's actually a time traveler. Or you could at least treat it as like that's Francis from some timeline, right? And maybe Edwin's got it wrong, but that's open to interpretation for Coil to go with whatever, right? I wanted to do a lot more shit with Francis. I wanted to do shit with Claire, a lot of the other people that were involved in the Time Lord RP, but there was just, you know, I'm one person at the end of the day. And it was an event where things happened very quickly. There was a lot of different groups. And unfortunately, I just couldn't get to everyone. Spoilers are over. But yeah, the Time Lord RP is very confusing. And if you haven't, you know, seen every interaction, you kind of struggle to put together, okay, how does this relate to this certain thing that's happening, right? Or what have I missed? Is what people are like a lot of the time, you know. But what I've been doing for the past few months is I've gone with this RP that Edwin can't reach Lang, right? Because Lang was the key to this point of diversion, right? In quotation marks, this divergence point that was so important. And if Edwin was to interact with Lang, because before this point it could negatively influence the outcome of it and would destroy the timeline completely, right? Because that the RP I go with is if someone needs to make a choice that's key to saving a timeline or whatever, you know, it has to be of their own free will, right? They can't be told exactly what's going to happen. They have to make the right choice themselves. So the idea was I'd usher them towards that right choice by giving them whatever hint, but the choice was always theirs at the end of the day, right?